No, don't turn the TV off. Okay. I'm just trying to click mute. There we go. Alrighty. Let's see. Hey, Triquetra. Hey, everybody. I'm getting just a few things set up. There we are. Hello. Test. Beep boop. Awesome. Okay. Hey everybody, I'm Yvonne with Back to Earth Creations and welcome to today's live stream. We're going to be doing some wire wrapping. We're going to be talking about our Campalong event, and I'm going to be catching you guys up with a couple of other things once we get started. So I just want to make sure that like everything's up and rolling. What's up, baby? What do you mean? I just have it turned off right now. I don't have a commercial reel to roll through there. Is that okay? It's just gonna be negative space up in the corner. Alrighty. So if I look tired, honestly, it's because I am. This past weekend was just a doozy of a weekend, and I lost the page I'm supposed to be on again. Okay, I see. Hey Kathy, how's it going? So there's no like Randy's mama passed away this past weekend. So we made an emergency trip down to Texas, or down to see her, and it went as well as anything can. It was wonderful to get to have all of her kids together, seeing her off. But Randy is he is resilient and brave, and I'm doing my best to be here for him. And it's just so we've got that going on, which thank you guys. Yeah, it's I'm sorry too. She was wonderful. So, but that being said, on the way back, we were able to stop by this year's Campalong location. So, and it's going to be amazing. And honestly, it's exactly what we needed because it's at Sequoia Park, Sequoia State Park in Oklahoma. I'm not certain of the city. Let me go ahead and click paste. That's the information. That way, as I say it, folks can like kind of hop back into the. Thank you guys so much for your kindness. Truly. And then I'm going to get this. Hey, Angela, how's it going? There we go. Let me pin that message. There we go. And let me pin it over here as well. I know, super riveting live stream content, but it's what we need to do. Hey, Droma. Oh gosh, how have you been? It's been ages. Thank you. It was really good to have everybody together. Like it truly, is it in Wagner? It is, Hawk. It's the one that you recommended and sent us the pamphlet for. We were driving right past there this past weekend, and we popped in, and it was Easter Sunday. And so nobody hardly was there at all camping or anything. We drove through a tornado for 4 hours, you guys. 3 hours. Sorry. It's just been a doozy. It was a doozy of a weekend. But to kind of we did our best to just hold it together while being around the family, because that helps. Them holding it together helped us to hold it together, which I think helped our family to hold it together. So it's like, it was really nice to stop by there, and we went out onto Inspiration Point, which is like at the tip of a peninsula. I'll screen share and show you guys here in a sec. But it was really wonderful to get to stand out there and see the storm rolling in and like all the birds and wildlife, and big fish jumping because like the waves were picking up from the wind, and just getting to, it was a really good way to finish saying goodbye. and and I think it's going to be the perfect location for our 2025 Campalong. So the dates for, I'm sorry, Hawk, we would have, but if we hadn't had just been coming back from saying goodbye to Randy's mom, we just needed each other. If that makes sense, I hope that makes sense. Hey, Christina. Hey, uh, you're on the treadmill with me. Hey, Laura, I'm glad to keep you company on the treadmill. But I'm trying to focus on the positive, which is, this is going to be like awesome, I hope, at the Campalong. But it's the Sequoia State Park. We are clustering around. Let me go ahead and get this pulled up. It's going to take me a minute to figure out how to do this. There we go. Okay, I'm just going to show you guys on this camera because I don't have screen share set up in a way that makes any sort of sense. 17 hours, Al. Oh no. Yeah. Thank you, Christina. 40-minute drive. Guess I'll be there putting it on the calendar. I guess. Come on, Pro, please. That'd be awesome. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna shift this around. It's like, I guess I'll go hang out with all y'all. Live streamception. Woo! Okay, that's pretty cool. I like it. Oops, didn't mean to bump the. Thank you, Misty. How? Oh, doing a quick drive-by wave. Hey, I love drive-by waves. Those are my favorite. Okay, how do I? I'm gonna click this and I'm gonna click that. Okay, so welcome to my excellent screen sharing. This is, we have it pinned. It's the oklahomastateparks.com/reserve America. Like if you go to their state parks, you'll be able to figure it out, but you'll eventually get to this page. And so you can see here, this is the whole park is this peninsula. And we went all the way down here to Inspiration Point, and y'all, there's some amazingly beautiful trees. The lodge area is amazing. It's closed under renovation right now, but technically, other than it being open and having its amenities available in that one spot, we're just going to be doing like we did the past 2 years and hanging out mostly around our campground. But there's a lot of awesome or a campsite. There's all the little brown lines that you see on the screen, those are hiking trails, and this is gorgeous, you guys. And it's not super duper uppy downy hills and stuff. So normally we like to camp primitive, but in their primitive area, which is beautiful, there are no roads. There's like washed out gravel gullies, and Randy and I are not doing that to our minivan. So it is not an off-roading minivan right now. Like we are going to be clustering around campsites 19 and 20. Let me go ahead and pop this into blurry satellite view, but we're going to be just kind of looking out over the tree line. We can definitely go down to the beach area because all of this, y'all, they've got like a marina over somewhere on this side, perhaps. Yeah, it's super cool. Go check out the website. It's going to be the last weekend in September. Do what, baby? There it is. Yeah, you're right. That's not the marina either. There's the marina. Oh, yes. Okay. But yeah, so pretty though. What day is it in September? It's the 26th through the 28th. We'll be having a potluck at 4 p.m. on Saturday, September 27th. More details coming soon. I haven't figured out the menu or anything, or like maybe we might do a theme for the potluck. I am definitely open to suggested themes for the potluck, and then we'll just kind of figure out who's going to be bringing what. That way we have a good balance. And then because we ended up last year, oh my god, it was delicious. The year before too, with a ton of leftovers, and I don't think anybody wants to have to deal with that many leftovers. Though we came home and I was eating Sabea's sister's, what was it, barbecue brisket beans, brisket and beans, says Randy. y'all know how to feed a person. Like, that was good. Y'all know how to feed people. But yeah, so that's, let me know if you have questions about the Campalong. Let me get this. There we go. And then shifted back over. Oh, hey, Sabea, how's it going? It was good, though. I made some more cornbread because we ate up all of the cornbread that y'all had made, which I still don't believe you that you just added water to. That was too delicious. I'll be the official runner for anything needed in town like ice. I appreciate the hell out of you, Hawk. Thank you. She was so happy y'all liked them. I hope if y'all come again this year, you'll be able to bring your sister again. She was super sweet. Just seeing y'all like sit together and like, like be a fly on the wall where you're like chit chatting and goofing off. It was awesome. Very fond memories of last year's camp along. So that has been a huge silver lining. So around Park 90. I'm gonna be honest with you, Pro. I don't know what that means. On the map, it's like around 61. No, I'm zooming in. All right, babe. I have the flyers for this somewhere. Okay, so Pro. If down here is the lodge, it will be, we are in the Choctaw area with the RV. Okay, baby, with the RV pads, and we're going to be clustering around campsites are 19 and 20. Now, y'all, there's already quite a bit of sites booked. They also have cabins. They also have lodge rooms. The cabins looked really nice, but there's something in me that needs to make everyone be miserable over in a primitive style campsite instead of just booking a nice cabin. I don't know what it is, but I was just like, I don't want to have to sleep in a real bed. Like, so it ruins it. So yeah, I'll be over here. Y'all can book wherever you are most comfortable because there's also like, man, that we were thinking of you because like over yonder in this way, oh, I didn't even know there was a little pond. We passed like a cemetery with what had to be some super old like headstones, like they were all mossy and stuff. And then there was another like crypt this way, and then another like with just a few headstones cemetery up the other way. And I was like, so I don't know. It was beautiful. Spring is springing, and nothing's quite so green as right before a tornado. So I don't think there was actual tornado touchdown, but we did get passed by a storm chaser truck, which we were like, uh-oh. Like we've never, in all our years on the road, we have never ever been passed or even seen a storm chaser truck. No, but it was, Randy did so good. Hey Shepherdess, how's it going? Let me go through and catch up on comments. Less than 9 hours for us. Hey, y'all, so sorry. Hey, Michelle, thank you. Yeah, we were hoping, we were going to try to do something farther up north this year, but we just weren't able to find anything that we were going to be able to go up and check out. And it really puts me to peace to be able to go and walk and be like, yes, this is flat enough for us to have everybody gather around. Just for whenever we're hanging out, crafting around the fire. Hey, Itzy. Oh, it was so much fun last year. The weather should be awesome too. Fingers crossed. I always bring enough tent stakes and tarps and tie downs to be able to weather through the weather. Oh, really, Steffi? It's a pilgrimage. Wow. Oh, Hawk says that cemetery has stones back to the 1600s. That is so cool. Oh man. Okay. Hey Holly, how's it going? 80s usually around that time. Noise and being right off on the water. Like it's always nice to be around the water, I think, because it keeps a breeze going, if nothing else. And I will always rather be around the fire with a blankie than like putting ice packs under my boobs trying to not get heat strokes. That's rough. I love being near the water as well. Now, our campsite isn't directly near the water because I have learned that breeze usually kicks up really hard right whenever we're setting up on Friday. So, oh, it will be windy, Oklahoma. Yeah, I figured we'll be next to the trees a little bit more and then we can go on adventures over to the water. Because, oh my God, if Jim brought his boats again, I would lose my shit. That was the coolest. Y'all, okay, so I'm going to have to bring my wellies too because I can't go in there barefooted again. I was gonna slip and hurt myself. But we do this gym, like Laura's gym, has like these scale replica warships that are remote controlled, and I want nothing more than to wear, because he let me drive it and that was a lot of fun, but I would rather be hiding in the water wearing like a kraken suit, or just like even just having little tentacle mittens, that way I could be like ah, and like chase the boat. But that would be delightful. But no, it was so much fun. It was so much fun to get to hang out with everybody last year, next to a bit of the river. Um, and we're gonna have one every year for hopefully the rest of ever. So, hey Hannah, how's it going? So if y'all can't, he built them. I'd forgotten that, Laura. That is really cool. So yeah, it's like a bunch of the coolest cats from the internet, and we get to hang out around a campfire and eat beans and set stuff on fire. There's going to be the first official but third annual funky flame off to see who has the best and most colorful funky flames. And then yeah, so that's that, I suppose. Let me know if you guys have any questions though, but I'm really excited. I look forward to getting to just soak up some nature, hanging out with you guys. Like let's go touch grass together. So now I still haven't unpacked. All of it was very short notice. I still have not unpacked the bag that we took to the hospital to for in the waiting room, because I'll chew my leg off. I can't sit in the waiting room and behave myself if I don't have something to yes, we must remember to do the s'mores before the funky flames. That's a really good point, Sabea. We'll have to do like afternoon s'mores. But so I packed a craft bag, and I wanted to show you guys because I figured out by the second day I'd figured out the ultimate way of setting up my craft supplies. Yeah. Well, that's what I meant. Oh, did I say I meant to do the s'mores in the afternoon. Do the s'mores? But the afternoon is during the day. And then we'll do the funky flames at night. Well, we could eat s'mores, sunset s'mores. We'll have to figure out when sunset is and set a schedule and do it before then. He's just sure. Um, so because I needed to kind of be getting up and going quickly, I was able to set everything up where, aside from putting those couple of things back into the bag, all I had to do to get up and go was pick up the handles, and like it dumped everything right into the bag, which it was just going to get dumped in there anyways. But that was, I got a lot of crafting done. I probably got more jewelry made at the hospital. Randy got almost a whole bag of rings opened, and I felt kind of bad that we were workaholics, but it's everybody else was just sitting there, either scrolling through their phones or wringing their hands, and I was like, at least I have something to like fill the empty gaps in my mind. So yeah, so I got to unpack all this. We're gonna do the zoom it out. So this is if we make a tradition out of this, time to clean up our workstations, y'all. So I love one of these spinning organizers for we lighten our farts. No, well, you can. I mean, you're your own person, pro. Do what you will. But the funky flames are like just little like metal shaving chemical packets that we throw on the fire, and then woo, and whoever has the coolest one like wins bragging rights until next year, I guess. If y'all are setting your farts on fire, we're gonna have to have like a signed waiver or something. Hey, strings attached. She says you come to my state for a craft along, and I can't go because I have a show. Oh no! Do you always have a show the same time of year? So we might just have to start having a second one, because it would make me happy to have one a month. I'm honestly gonna say. Hey Hannah, it's we had a it was a Randy says we can't do one a month. If I ever get to go to America, I'm going to make sure it's when there's a camp craft vlog. I'll make sure it's at like one of the best campsites. That way you get a really good idea of how, it's not to brag, but it's beautiful. It's beautiful out here. I have that same show the last weekend of April and the last weekend of September. Okay. I'm sorry. Maybe if we have a second one, I'll make sure to avoid the last weekend of April, because that's usually, we're always at Anime St. Louis that weekend too. Okay, so yeah, I like the spinning organizers because I have them kind of where I do my bent nose pliers are all in one. My mandrels and round nose pliers all go in one. Hey, Randy, I have your pliers and your rings if you'd like to come and get them from me. Go for it. I don't know if I'm going to get it woven before Anime St. Louis, so it's not a priority. But if you want to, there it is. Oh, and we had a little sandwich baggie for the trimmed wire because I didn't want to just leave scrap wire all about. But yeah, I do my nylon jaw and wire snips. Like specialty pliers will go over in these ones, but it's a stick mandrel, so it goes in with the round nose pliers. Flat nose go right next to those. And then I have a space for my ring clamp. Oop, right there. And then I only brought 20 gauge and 18 gauge wire with me. I used up my 18 gauge in silver tone. I brought the 20 gauge to try to make some rings, but that didn't happen. So it's okay though. I had the stuff for it. So yeah. So there's those. Now I did bring just a couple of baggies. And this is probably what I'll bring with me. I'm not going to have time to craft at Anime St. Louis. Hopefully, if I have time to craft at Anime St. Louis, I'm going to be a little bit upset because I need it to be really, really busy at Anime St. Louis. But if we were doing a smaller show or like a local one that we know isn't going to be super crazy busy, this is the stuff I would have brought with me to craft in the booth, as well as to do custom wraps for folks. And that's, I brought just a baggie each of the 18 gauge in both square and half round. And I had it in silver as well, but again, I used up the silver. But in the silver, antique copper, and vintage bronze, usually if somebody wants something modified or custom, like I don't need to bring every tone and variation of enameled wire para wire that I've ever come across. I just need to bring the stuff that would basically hit what base metal color do you want it. And then we got made some pretty cool stuff. I am gonna say I'm pretty pleased with it. I don't remember what order I wrapped them in because I did have them set by like order because let me see if I can remember actually. But yeah, I got all these pendants made, which is fantastic because we need them. You can only, I always say, we can only sell what we have. And so let's make as much as possible. But yeah, all that into just a canvas bag. And whenever it was time to get up and go, because they have, only 2 people per room. So, we'd like kind of swap out periodically. It was really nice to not take too long to clear out my spot and get up out of the way and stuff. Let's see. I'm going to bring the camera back around my workstation. Yes, babe. Thank you. I thought I had. Give me a moment to. This is the messiest my work surface has been in ages, but you know what we can do. Is this? Am I hoarding again? It might be round 2 for my hoarder era. Get my house all good and messy again. There we go. It's clean. Hey, Kay. Thank you, Stanley. Hey, Dianica. For anybody who had missed, Randy's mama passed away this weekend, and so that sucks. We leave for Anime St. Louis. I don't know if we're leaving Wednesday night or Thursday morning, but we wanted to get there and um, be there as soon as setup starts on Anime St. Louis because for load in because we're going to be setting up our backdrop as well. And that's going to take quite a bit of time. You know, I had hoped strings attached that they would nest well, and it's not perfect. I mean, it's not bad at all, but it just makes it a little bulky. But that's pretty nice. I wouldn't do it with these ones because they've got the resin on them and it overflowed quite a bit. These are those same circlets that we had made, or the same moons that we were using in our circlets. Which, by the way, I'm gonna have to get. We're gonna have to. I'm gonna have to leave my craft room again. Because I need to get ribbon for we have these circlets for in the booth, which will be finding their way to the website if they don't find a home at Anime St. Louis. And they're $50 each. If y'all see one that you're interested in, you can PayPal us money and I will mail it to you because I can't get anything else listed on the website. Speaking of which, if y'all had anything, if you had your eye on something on the website, we're pulling all the stuff off the website on Wednesday to take to Anime St. Louis because we won't be able to update our inventory real time. I just don't have it set up like that. Oh man, I got them tangled together quite a bit. Maybe I can go like this. Oh, you misbehaving. There we go. Hooray! Nope, it's tangled again. Ah, oh, son of a duck. There we go. They're separate. But yeah, so we've got those circlets that I tried to do in very slight variations each time. Sometimes I would do the same bead sequence, but with, you know, if I run out of beads, I'll put in a different thing. And it's nice to see how they evolve. But then we have like this circlet, and this circlet. I've been busy. It's good to come through and see. And then this circlet, which those are the moon ones. I really like those. But all of these are going to need the ribbon attached. There's another circlet. And then, oh, I really like this one with the wire work over on the sides. So yeah, and then that's not even the half of them, you guys. Like, this is good. This is good. This is what we needed was a whole lot of inventory so that we can do wicked good, hopefully. Oh, but yeah, I love a nice circlet. I've got the real estate for it. Ooh, Kay says, are you displaying them on styrofoam heads for Anime St. Louis? We used to use styrofoam heads, but I can't be trusted. Like, I may as well treat them as disposable with how much they get bruised up every time. So it was like $20 a piece because I bought like, I don't know if I have 5 or 10 of them, but we got quite a few. It was enough that I got like a wholesale discount on cork wig heads. Like, so it doesn't have as many facial features. Like, it's just a smooth front, but it's a big cork head too, because I have a very large head. Which I found out sucks because now I can't put small sized helmets on it, but we'll figure that out. But they have a stand that clamps, and that way normally you would pin and style wigs on them. But I'm using them for displaying the headdresses and circlets and stuff. And we also display our masks on them, but they take up a little bit more room in load in, like packing up and packing down, than what the styrofoam ones did. But they don't bruise, they don't scuff. They're covered in canvas that I could like spot clean, or if they start to look dingy, I'm just gonna dye them with airbrushing some. What would y'all recommend? Would I just airbrush the dye onto it, or would I like airbrush a paint or something? Okay, so there's those. Sorry, I'm trying to like emotionally regulate, and it's challenging, but we'll get there. Ah, right on, Hawk. Got site 18, fantastic. Oh yeah, right on, strings attached. How do you display all the circlets? We put most of them on one of our necklace displays that kind of looks like a Christmas tree. I was trying to make it look like a leaf, but it's very evergreen shaped. And we have one that's, instead of being evergreen shaped, it's more like this. So it just has the little leafy hook over protrusions. And I can fit about 5 of those on a display. And then, so between the 5 that are displayed, which those are usually where we will put the ones that are more replicable, because there's some of them that, like the moon ones, that's a pretty easy one to replicate. I actually recorded a tutorial to show you guys how to make that moon circlet. So it's a very replicable design. That would be one that's on the 5 display, not like just that it has 5 of them going on it. Whereas the unique ones we put up on, like we clamp them up high. That way, because oh man, y'all, I love it when a convention is so busy that you have a row of buyers and behind them is a row of shoppers who are looking. And that's why we do the back wall up high the way we do. That way people can be like, oh, and we have like, we'll do a whole video about our booth setup this year because I feel like this is going to be our best year yet. Oh, I forget again. Okay. Thank you, honey. The thing is on YouTube, honey, it's a 2-part message because it was too big. Make it smaller. Okay, let me try. Let me try to make it smaller. Give me a sec. Not yet. I'm still copy pasting. Oh, pinned? Oh, I think I pinned it, but I'm making it smaller. That way everything's all in it. Right, I've pinned it, but I'm making a replacement one to pin. Does that make sense? Will that let me? No, I'm 132 characters over. Okay. Because you should be able to find the link by searching the camp name. All right, I'm having to remove some like, what's the word for is the two, like those little words that go in between. So like instead of saying, the Campalong location for 2025 is, I'm removing the in the for in the is. Like what are those words called? Yeah. But it's like they're not adjectives or verbs. Yeah, but what are they called? Fillers? Like I'm trying to tailor it down into a beep, 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 like style, Morse code, like bare minimum information so it'll freaking fit. Because I got to be able to put the date in it. Because that's pertinent, right? Y'all, sending emails is hard. And this isn't even an email. At 4 p.m., abbreviated form of the month, sept. What was it? 20. I got to look the dates up again. If I had more than 2 brain cells, I'd be unstoppable. 26th through 28th. Okay. 228. Look at you go. And this is where I'll do the 2025 because that is pertinent. Campalong location, Sequoia State Park in Oklahoma, camping in the Choctaw RV pad camping area. That's a very important detail, you guys, because there's a couple of them. Like there's a couple, and like one is the Seminole, which is beautiful but already booked. And then one of them is the Sequoia, and then the other one is the Choctaw. But it's just the Choctaw is where we're at. We will be clustering around sites 19 and 20. We will be meeting on Saturday where we will be meeting, because that is pertinent. Here we will be meeting, where we will be meeting on Saturday at 4 p.m. Well, that's super important, though. Oh, well, I just got it trimmed down, but it still has that info in it. Is that okay? Okay. Boom. My most refined and perfect pinned message that I've ever made that an AI could have done better, probably with like significantly less effort. Okay. Did I do it? Hooray! But now I need to pin it, right? Okay. Unpin. Where did it go? I hope so. No. Did I? What did I do with the message I just typed? Okay. I think I just sent it to YouTube. That's where you wanted it. Y'all, I'm so tired. My eyeballs hurt. On YouTube? Okay. I don't know how to pin a message that's not mine. It says channel activity. Okay. Okay. Goodness gracious. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry, but my last two brain cells are just leaning on each other extra hard. Okay, Kay says it's pinned. Do what, babe? You're right. Are we all guessing? Helping verbs? Prepositions? Are you prepositioning me? Prepositioning. No? I don't know. Hey, pretty cute. Thank you. I have Monday brain. Get off of me. Oh my God. Don't I just? You did amazing. Thank you, Kay. I'll be there on the 25th. That'll be awesome, Hawk. I'll have to make sure Edwin books ours when he gets home. I'm getting ready for dress rehearsal. Ooh, oh, that's exciting, Michelle. Okay, so I'm going to show y'all what we made. The first one I made was this red jasper, which is just gorgeous. I love it. I think red jasper is actually one of Randy's favorite stones. And this is wrapped in 18 gauge round with the 18 gauge half round. Oh, Sabea says, I'm so excited to see everyone again. Me too. Me too. They are conjunction words. Well, we don't need them. I got to get them out of the pinned message, the conjunction words. So there was that one. What was the second one I did? Ooh, was this green agate that has a little bit of a druzy effect down here. Because I wanted just some like sleek, didn't really have to think about it too hard, like following a formula. Ah, hey, Sisters of the Hook. How are you doing, Tashers? Times be flying, right? But it's, yeah, the red jasper and then the green agate that has the druzies. Oh my God, I met Randy's cousins for the first time. And I don't know why I'm like this, but the dress that I was wearing, I had found a really cool rock in the parking lot. And we were just like small talking and like kind of chit chatting and getting to know each other. And we were talking about our hobbies. And I was like, now don't judge me. And then I pull out this rock the size of like a small potato. And I didn't realize that, I guess that's not typical. Because it ended up being very funny for everyone, but he was just like kind of worried a little. And Randy thought it was a really cool rock, and I still think it's a really cool rock. So and then whenever like somebody would come over, it'd be like, oh, what's that? And I just started being like, these are telling them about the rocks, and then it was all right. I had a really good time. Hey, Linda, how are you doing today? Yeah, Triquetcher says it's typical depending on who you're hanging out with. This loop has no electric, correct? The loop that we are on, let me see, because I think it has electric. All right, awesome screen capturing capabilities again. Flomp. So I'm zoomed out. This is on their website. So this is the green area. And down here is the lodge and stuff. So as that is the point of reference, just go up from the lodge. And we're like right here. So it says RV premium. It does have electric. Now, normally we would have camped primitive, but the roads were all washed out. And it wasn't very flat at all. It's cool, but it's and not what we need for being able to sit around the fire together. And we're clustered at 19 and 20. And I think Hawk said, "Oh, she's gonna be at 16. We're gonna be neighbors." That's gonna be so cool. Yeah, y'all are gonna hear us fart like a bunch of bears in our sleep, probably. So you might not. Like, I try to keep the skunks scared away. It doesn't work. Oh goodness. Do what, baby? Yeah, more beans and brick. 18. You're gonna hear us fart like a bunch of bears, Hawk. Don't judge us. You probably bring your plugs just in case. We're for sawing logs. Pocket rocks. It is a conversation starter. It's what worked for me and Randy. We still talk about pocket rocks. We all collect rocks in my house, right? But Love and Loops, I think it does have electric. But don't quote me on it. And if you have any questions, send me an email and I'll try my best to help you out with that. Okay, so we did those two, and then I think I wrapped this agate next, and then I think this rainbow moonstone. I don't know. The order's getting the ruby and zoisite was the third one. But yeah, I was doing a bunch of wrapping over the weekend. And so this is what I'm going to be wrapping today. I know it kind of took me a while, but I have cut 4 lengths. This one, which one was I going to wrap like this? I don't know if I was going to be wrapping this guy or this guy, but I only had 2 more cabochons to wrap before I had wrapped everything that I had brought with me. I brought a pound of sharp cheddar with me for some reason. I was panic packing like the cooler because I didn't know how long we would be there. I didn't know what food options we would have available. And I also knew we weren't going to be able to I didn't know. I knew we weren't going to be able to stop on the road getting there. So I tried to pack whatever we could need, but at least I packed sensibly for the cabochons, the right amount of crafting stuff to bring. So yeah, we'll break down what we used specifically here in a sec, because it's going to be a little different for each one that you, each different stone that you wrap. My eldest used to rip the lining of her coat pocket so she could fill the bottom of her coat with stones. That's brilliant. Oh, right on, Stuffy Joe. Whew. Now, they do have free cancellations up until 5 days before, but I imagine that sites are going to be going fast, and y'all, this campground is beautiful. There's a golf course, which is amazing. I think we have one friend who likes to play golf, and I think they have a show that weekend. Like, I think there's a convention that's that weekend every year, but I'm like, that'd be cool. That'd be super cool. And because the golf course is just right there on the lake. Like, oh, I was unaware it was possible to pack a correct amount of craft supplies. Does that not mean it all? All is good. Zeb hates me for this. Well, it's like sometimes I'll bring like not enough yarn to get a project finished, but then it's like it's hard to, crochet a blanket in public, I guess. But no, it ended up being the right amount, and I didn't touch any of the beads that I had brought with me. I'd bought a bunch of beads to make rings. You okay, Z Dog? Y'all, I think I'm stressed out a little bit. Like my face is all hot and like I'm shaking. Everything's okay. I just feel kind of. Ooh, hey Tracy, y'all are okay. So it's Sequoia State Park in Oklahoma, and there's a golf course on the water, and they have cabins that you can rent, and it's freaking gorgeous. And we're having a potluck at 4 p.m. and I want you to be there because that'd be amazing. Hey Sonica, how's it going? That's what I'm saying. Zeb is giving me the look. No, Zeb, have mercy.
Want a glass of milk?
Did they explode our milk? Oh, that's so hunky chunky. Let's paint something in the backyard with it to make it like mossy. He's wandered off without replying. Oh, Tracy, that'd be amazing. Okay, so I had cut about this much wire. I don't know how long this is, and I don't have a ruler, but I want there to be a whole lot, about 6 inches. Excuse me, pardon me. I'm going to just sneeze. However much wire you need to get around your stone, I want about 5 or 6 inches past that to give us plenty of wire to make our bail. And that's going to be 5 or 6 inches on each side of like kind of the center region. And this is 4 wires of the 18 gauge round. You could use square as well, but I kind of like round a little better for this. Gajira. Oh, thank you guys. And so I'm wrapping the half round wire around. And then I'm just gonna squish. And we're gonna keep kind of just wrapping.
It was a good call. Never seen that green.
Do you see how are the little snipped ends of our wire are just sitting all on the same side? That's just establishing what's going to be the inside that presses up against the stone in this wrap. And so whenever I get there, I just kind of squish it. And if it's a little spaced out, that's okay. Just squish it and then smush it some more. And then I'm going to trim the ends all at the same time. Now, I'm also being careful to not squish too hard because I want to be able to scooch these to fine tune their positioning. What? Really? We made it to front page? Hey, everybody. If anybody has any questions, just holler at me in the comments. Otherwise, I'm going to keep crafting. Well, shoot. That tickles me. What a treat. Okay, and so now I'm going to come in here and I'm just going to snip it. And then I'm going to snip it good. And then if you're very particular about wanting to have your wraps be like perfectly symmetrical, you can count the little bumps. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hell yeah. Banana bread at work. Thank you, Tracy. Honestly, kicks are really, kind of prefer them to YouTube because YouTube could throw us a bone. Like, how many of y'all actually got a notification from YouTube? Like, because if they're actually sending out notifications, I'd love to hear about it. That way I can like stop feeling so like miffed at YouTube about it. Okay, now we have an option. We could do, but Kick, like it's pretty solid. I enjoy it. How's everybody enjoying Kick right now? Like, is the chat still going through and stuff? I know that no ads is something I like to watch. Like, I watch streamers on Kick now instead of YouTube. Specifically because I don't like fooling about with the ads. We could do it curved to the butt of the stone because both of these stones were the same shape. They're both an oval cabochon. And so we could have it be curved to the butt or we could be pointy. Pointy stuff seems to sell better, but I'm going to do one with a curved butt just to try to keep it proportionate. Banana bread at work. Oh, Lil Sprite says I did get one from YouTube and from Kik. Right on. I actually just joined because of the YouTube notification. Well, then let me happily put my foot into my mouth. I got a notification on YouTube. Nice. Gotcha. Triquatra says I like Kik better because it's more similar to Twitch, which is what I'm used to. Nice. Oh, that's nice, Kay. Ah! Are y'all gonna convoy up from Texas? That'd be so cool. So you can use the stone itself to shape around. You could use the neck of a bottle or a little canister for bead storage, just whatever you have to get that curved shape. You use it, you know. It's never cheating to use tools. It's just being resourceful. I got a newsletter, YouTube, and Kik notification. Statement retracted. There we go. Well, I appreciate y'all being here for sure. And so we can just shape around our ring mandrel to get about the same size and get it to just curve and fit real nice. And then up here, I'm going to shift this down, just pushing those the shoulder wraps. And then I'm going to try using my ring mandrel, but shifted this way because it gives me much more to hold on to. And I'm just going to bend this around up here at the top, trying to accomplish an oval shape. It's not going to be perfect just yet, but it's off to a pretty good start because now I can just press on the shoulders. There we go. Oh, I like that. I like that a lot. Oh, she said, have fun with my brew house. We're doing a dress rehearsal for the Krampus feast. Ooh. That's so cool, Michelle. Oh, I missed some chat. Little Sprite says, I missed the first half hour due to a silly work meeting, but I'm glad to be here. I'm glad you got here too. Thank you guys for coming in. I'm digging the heck out of that. Okay, so now let us see. We're gonna come in. No, I'm not gonna bend it yet. Because the order of operations for this wrap so that I can do it in a way that's gonna have a result that's somewhat what I'm shooting for. The next step before I do the bend to get it to come up into the bail is I'm going to do this little bend style that I've really been enjoying. And so what I'm going to do is I have 2 different sizes of bent nose pliers for this. Or not bent nose, I'm sorry, flat nose pliers. And so I'm going to take one side and I'm supporting up by the shoulder. Like, do you see how I have my fingers supporting here and here? Because I'm going to grab and I'm going to push with my flat nose pliers to get that to come in. And this is making the little prong that's going to hold our stone in. Now, if you have a larger stone, it kind of gives you a little more space. But what I wanted to experiment with, and there you can see here and here, pressing against, and I just do it the width of my flat nose pliers. That way the bend happens on either side of the nose of my pliers. So we've got our bend there and our bend there, and I'm able to replicate that more or less on the other side. But I wanted to try to stick to this same design to see all the little variations that that just tend to happen for me, which I love. But Like just doing a little family of stones or pendants. Okay, so do what, love? This is a labradorite, yes. Right on, Michelle. Oh, Hawk, yeah, I'm using a labradorite. So there's that. And now you can see it's holding wonderfully at the bottom, but the top, it's going to kind of like push out. We'll deal with that shortly. Before we do, though, I am going to get in here and I am going to use my flat nose pliers in the same way as what we did the other side, and I'm going to bend it in, and I'm going to come around to this side and I'm going to bend it, whoop, just holding one. There we go. Whoop. Oh, and I kind of pinched it. That's okay. That side, if I pinch one side more than the other, that'll just be the back. And so whenever I need to adjust the curvature of something that's happening, like to make it flatter or more curved, because like here, we'll need this to be able to accommodate that front curve of the stone. Hey Amanda, how are you doing today? That's a butt now. That's the butt now. Yes, that's the butt now. But I like to take it to where I'm holding not just here, but I want to be holding both of these wires and I'm going to bend up. And so you can get like the whole bit of the wire raised up that way. I hope that that's helpful to you. And so we're just worrying about getting the butt fit. So what have y'all been up to here lately? How was your Easter weekend? Did you have a good Easter? Doing well. Have 3 new chicks. Ooh, what kind? But yeah, so there's the front. And now, since we've already done these bends, now we can bend up for the bail. And so again, I like my flat nose pliers for this. I'm going to come around and I am going to bend at a 90-degree angle coming up. Tracy says, wish I could get my butt to fit. I think one is a cream leg warmers and the other 2 are yellow. Oh, chicks are so cute. I guess it was a year ago. My chicks are a year old. My hens are. It was about a year ago. My niece was living with us and helping with the chicks. That was a nice memory. Leg bar. Okay. I've not kept those varieties. I just put the hooks on 40 more hair of $5 mushroom earrings. 40 more pairs of $5. Nice. Getting it made. So now this is bent around, but you can see it'll still pop out. We'll get there. So what I'm going to be doing here is these first 2, one from one side, the frontmost wire, and then the frontmost wire from the other side. I'm going to be bending directly outward from the front. Whoop. And this is where I have another about 8 inches of wire half round. You can tell which side is half round because of the way the flash comes off of it. That's the flat side. That's the half round side. Do you see how the half round to me looks like it's got like a dark edge on each side? Whereas the flat is a flash, like it flashes like that. I don't see why not. Thank you, honey. And this is what we're going to use to wrap around these 2 wires. I'm going to come in by about 1 inch with the flat side pressed against our wrapping wires. But yeah, we're having, if you use the coupon TULIP20, you can get 20% off your order at backtoearthcreations.com. And we are pulling the jewelry and tie-dye off of the website to take with us. We're pulling it on Wednesday, so I'm letting y'all know because it's if you had your eye on something, now might be the time to get it, or before Wednesday, because we're going to be pulling it and taking it to Anime St. Louis. And any of y'all's purchases will actually be helping us on our way to Anime St. Louis. So Tasher says, well, holy heck, that's life changing. Right on. I was just trying to feel it. It did not go well. Oh no. No, yeah. It's really difficult for me to discern. Like I can tell pretty easily the difference in sizes. Like I might not be able to tell you, oh, that's a 26 gauge, but I can tell you this one's thinner than that one. Like if I was like I can feel that, but it's difficult to tell the surface shape on the half round. So I rely very heavily on just the way it reflects light. Now, if you wanted a longer bail, like if you're going to be putting this over a beaded or Viking chain or chainmail, perhaps necklace, you may want a little bit longer. So you want to cut maybe 10 inches of the half round to wrap your bail. But I've just wrapped around like this. And then we kind of squish the ends together. New game unlocked, blindfolded wire gauge testing. Dude, I would try that. Hey, Randy, do you want to play a game? Please? Yeah. Well, can I tell you what the game would be? Well, but just let me tell you what the game would be. So I sit here with a blindfold on, and you just pull wire spools off the shelf and like have me feel and see and guess. And that was gonna be the game. And if I don't know, I get a cookie if I get it right. We don't have any cookies. A fork, a bushel of bananas. We'll have to hammer out the details, Tracy, but I'm trying. I love that idea. Snip. And what I'm doing here is I'm snipping the wire so that its loose end will be in, like, not facing the front of the pendant. Like I want it nice and woo! Hey, Steffi Joe. She's finally off work and had to get resituated in my tablet. Nice. Nice. I hope you had a good day at work. Like that's been something that's been kind of fun here lately is whenever we're done with our work day, which is usually when I put my chickens to bed, because then I'll come back into the house and I'll be like, honey, I'm home. And like it's kind of my afternoon reset of coming home from work, even though it's just coming back into the same building. I like it. All right, so now we've got our bail in place, and I want to check and make sure we've got the bail started at least. I want to check and make sure that for prime flash in time. Woo! Woo! I hope it's still holding together. Let's go find it. Huzzah! It is okay. That's fantastic. But I want to see which angle it flashes from better so that I can know how best to orient the stone. Randy says some might even say it's super durable. Separation of work and real life. Yep. And so like whenever like Randy will come back in from doing something, or he'll come into the kitchen to help me, and I'll be like, welcome home, honey. And he'll be just, and it's just a way for both of us to like try to be like, we're not at work right now. We don't have to be going like we're on a schedule. Like it's because we'll be like, let's hurry up and watch this show, or let's hurry up and do this thing that's supposed to be fun. All right, I'm going to bend that this way. So I'm taking the backmost wire, this one here, and I've straightened it back out because I want to try to replicate. I love the way that the back came out on this one. So this is actually a variation of the amphora wrap that our April craft along kits are like. This is the project for April's craft along kits that our most recent tutorial on Friday come out. And this is a variation on that. But it happened on the back, and I'm like, I wonder if I can replicate that on the front of a stone. So that's what I'm going to try to do today. Tracy says you need to secretly hide a fedora in a briefcase in the queue so you can walk back in from work. Steffi Joe says, I'm excited though. I've reserved one of the campsites. Yay! Eee! Oh my gosh, this is awesome. It's happening. Oh, it feels so good to finally have a campsite picked. We're scoping out in May. We're scoping out the location for 2026's. One of the potential locations. Tasher says, you called it a mermaid something? A mermaid tier, yeah. Hey, Yvette, September, it's in the pinned, let's see. September 26th through 28th at Sequoia State Park. I think we have it in the stuff. Hey, Randy, you got that? You the greatest. But I'm very excited. It's going to be pretty good, I think. Hopefully it'll be the best one yet, but the last 2 years are going to be pretty difficult to top anyways. Okay. Yeah. Well. So now we're going to shape around to try to get this same shape. Tricocha Moon says, man, I haven't gone camping in probably like 10 years. They do have cabins to rent in like little, I think the lodge has like hotel style rooms as well. So if camping isn't exactly your cup of tea, or you don't want to, it might be cheaper to just get a cabin if you don't already have all of the camping gear. But camping was something that I love doing, like that I knew I was going to want to camp any opportunity I had probably for the rest of my life. And if I feel like if I have my tent in like outdoor kitchen and stuff, I'm not going to have to worry about being homeless because I've lived in tents before. And so it's like, I can do this, like, you know. So we started investing in camping gear like 20 years ago. Do what, baby? Oh, did those trolls just get me my verification? Dude, anytime y'all want to come in and just show your asses in my chat, go for it, because we are so close. We need to reach an average of 50 viewers in the last 30 days on Kick specifically. Don't troll me on YouTube, it's useless. But if you want to come over to Kick, but we're 7 away from having an average of 50 viewers, which is amazing. Do what, babe? It's but and then to be able to get verified, which honestly I don't know if it's doubt or just a disbelief. It's like I'm going to try to meet all of their stuff, and I'm going to try to do my best, but I'm not going to believe it till I'm getting a check about verification. Like I don't think I'm going to be able to get it. But I'm going to try, cuz honestly, I didn't think the business was going to work out either, and we're still stumbling along. So I don't have a reason to like, anytime that I feel that self-doubt and I don't have a specific reason as to why I'm not going to succeed, I'm like, well, I have to do it. I don't have a good reason not to. So I don't let that doubt stop me. So even though it's there, I shall persist. Okay, there we go. Swapped over too many adverts. Got wrecked trolls in a reverse card. No, they didn't push us over, but it was so close. So yeah, please don't ever get upset about trolls on my behalf, you guys, because that's just engagement. So I do my best to ignore them, but you'll get it, then you'll get partnered. That'd be amazing. I'm not gonna lie, because I have to tell you guys. Can I tell them? The thing that's top secret? Or are they going to have to wait until next week? The thing in the place that we're excited about. Okay, I can't tell you guys yet, but I'll tell you next week. But I was so excited. But yeah, so I need to get verified because like that would be a good, if I were Kick, I would verify me. I'm just gonna say. Oh, I know, and I hate to do that to you. I do not mean to be a tease, but here I am. Tracy. Time for the trolls to earn their spot. No, I can't. I literally can't because so much is going to be determined at Anime St. Louis. And this is the sort of thing that if I told you guys every time that we like found it and got excited about it, then you'd be tired of hearing about it by now. But this could be. You'll have to tune in next week and hear how Anime St. Louis goes and stuff. We'll be live next week. I sure hope so. Yeah, next week. Not Friday, but next Monday's live stream. We are not going to be streaming this Friday. We haven't been streaming on Fridays, but there certainly won't be one this Friday. There'll be, hopefully we'll have a booth setup video for you guys on Friday to be able to see how it looks at Anime St. Louis when we have our backdrop up. Panicking intensifies. So what I'm wanting to accomplish here, and I'm like shaking. It's been a crazy weekend. Give me just a little bit. I need to like calm down. Like you can, I don't know if you can tell if my face is like burning up. Thank you, Tracy. Tasher says, love y'all's booth setup videos. Can't wait. We're going to do awesome. Thank you. This is going to be the very first time that we have our tie-dye at Anime St. Louis. Woo! And I really hope that these people need tie-dye. Like, I don't know how tie-dye has anything to do with anime, except for that I think it looks like a beautiful watercolor, like illustration and like the colors. The colors do. The colors. You need coffee. You know, I think you're on to something. I will be right back. Now's the perfect time to be very, very chatty in the comments. That way it like gets our engagement up. So I'll be right back, you guys. Oh, that's so pretty. Okay. Oh, I am back. Sorry, y'all. Well, hello, Mellow. Okay, coffee is in the microwave, so Randy will be bringing that in shortly. Let's see, and I need to get both of the, I can't hear anything. We're back. Can you hear me now, Jean? I'm chatting to all. Oh my gosh. Fordingsworth says, I need it. And I'll definitely be getting a tie-dye. Oh, that makes me so happy. If we've got another batch on today, and then when Randy finishes up our laundry from being gone the week, like this weekend, we got to get all that washed because it's the same outfits we're probably going to be wearing down in St. Louis. But then he's going to get our last batch of blanks washed so that we can soda ash them and get them tied and dyed tomorrow after we do the rinse out. But whenever we finish that, we'll have tie dyed almost 200 tie dyes in the past like a month probably, which that might not sound like a lot to y'all, but that's a lot to me. That's the most tie dye I've ever tie dyed. So I'm like, and still trying to get everything else done and just trying to do everything. So, ooh, yeah, I was gone for a minute. Hey, Marion in the Netherlands, how are you doing? He does your laundry? He does what needs done. Like, but yeah, Randy's really good about keeping up with the washer. Like, oftentimes I'll be the one to fold them, but that's after I've like, and fold is a generous term. But I'll get it put away. But that's after it's been dumped on the bed and then scooched back into the hamper and then dumped on the bed at least twice. Um, yeah, it is a lot. And it'll take me, he can get all of our laundry, like all of the week's laundry and bedding done in one day because he stays on top of the stuff. And it would take me 4 days just to get all that crap cycled through the because I forget. And then it's like, but no, he does a really good job keeping up with it. But I also do like almost all of our cooking. So it's, we balance and we juggle, and if he needs me to do the laundry, I do the laundry, and if I need him to cook, he cooks. But I way prefer cooking to laundry, and he way prefers laundry to cooking, and then we both do the dishes. I'm good, thank you. 11:30 p.m. here, about to head to bed. Oh, well, maybe we can put you to sleep. That's worth its weight in gold, I think. So I need one wire for coming off to the side for doing this, which I think is cute. And I'm going to need one wire to come around and do that same design on the front because I love it. It looks kind of like lunar, or like, I don't know. I want to start incorporating crop circle imagery into some of my jewelry. I think that would be really cool. Gotcha. Yeah, it's awesome. And but whenever we sit down and talk about it, I'll be like, man, you work so hard. I'm just trying to keep up with you. And he's like, you work so hard. I'm trying to keep up with you. So we've been doing this like for 20 years, this race to like try to keep up with the other ones. So we keep just doing more. I mean, it's worked out really well, but I'm tired. So, but it'll work out. And then 2 wires for off to the side, and then 2 wires for off to the side. So this one will be the one. And by off to the side, I mean for specifically the amphora. This one right here will be the one that we straighten out. So I'm just lifting it up away from the others real quick.
I hear you calling defeat.
No, no, no. Oh, it's on, babe. Thank you for the coffee.
And also,
Ouch, it's hot. You do put he puts away most of the laundry too, but I try to participate. So can you put in a wire rose in the front near the bail? Oh yeah, that'd be awesome. I'm not gonna do that on this one because I want to try to see if I can do like a sleek, like geometric replicable, because this might be Amphora 2.0 tutorial. Gotcha. Bye, pretty cute. Good luck. Right on. Marion says, it's been a while since I last saw you, Vaughn. I need to catch up. Right on. If y'all ever have any questions, like, oh, what happened with this? Or you were planning to do that, like anything, feel free to ask whatever you like. Let this be a great week. Hope everyone is having a good day. Hello, debilitating canker sore. No. It's a pretty good week so far. But yeah, I've got that straightened out, and so I'm gonna bend that down, and it's just gonna hang out right there for now. And so I use my fingers because I typically have them on me, but this is about 2¼ inches, and I'm just snipping through those. But the longer you make this, the larger your amphora swoops are gonna be. So, and then you could also, I had done one where we just bound them off inside the bale. So you could just kind of tie these together and loop them off very, very small. But I like doing the amphora. Let's use our mandrel pliers. Question, can you use liver of sulfur on silver toned wire? It, it won't do anything to it. If you're using an enameled craft wire, that the only things that will oxidize will be the ends of the wire where it's been cut and that core is exposed. So you can perhaps on Argentinium silver or like silver plated or silver filled, but not silver toned parawire, if that's what you're asking. I don't think it's in Paradise Cove. Let me pull this up one more time for you, Wedoozit. It is in Sequoia State Park. It's past the Scissortail Nature Trail. Let me bring this around. So like right down here, no, ignore what I just said about the Scissortail Nature Trail. I keep getting disoriented. So Inspiration Point's down here by the lodge. We'll come up and it's right in here in the, I believe, Choctaw area. And Randy and I are camping at 19 and 20. I know it's like awesome screen capture. So yeah, the Choctaw. And they're really nice RV pads, which it seems it's going to be really nice to be able to set up on something flat in that area, because I don't know how, like, it was, we were going through a tornado at the time whenever we went to visit it, but oh, coffee. I love hot bean juice. Make me go fast. Hey, Cat and Cauldron. Cat and Cauldron, how are you doing today? I'm just heating my hands up. I'm so cold. I don't know why I'm so cold. Yeah, no, yesterday on the way back, we like got caught in a storm, and we essentially just rode that storm. Like we just it rained on us for 3 hours on a what should have just been a 2-hour drive home. Took 3, but and our phones and our phones were going off that it's like, there's a tornado warning, seek shelter if you're outside, get somewhere away from debris. And we're like, Randy's there, just like not even white knuckled. Like it's like, it's what was it that you had said, babe? It's like they've never driven through a tornado before. This is his 3rd tornado to drive through in the past 3 years, and there's nobody else I'd rather have driving. We got behind a semi and just stayed there because he was doing really good at maintaining lane and maintaining speed. He was our homie.
Just made it home. The last 2 hours took 4 hours because people drive like they ain't ever driven through a tornado before. Shake my head.
Yeah. Sorry, Edwin just asked a question and I'm not certain how to answer. He says, double checking with you, is it the premium RV 1920 or the tent 1920 in Choctaw? I'm uncertain. Let me go ahead and pull this up so that you can see what I see, because I'm hoping, because like, I wish I were better at this. I wish I had an answer for you, Edwin. Well, it's CW. It says site type RV premium in the Choctaw. So it's like right through here, which if we zoom out, down here is the lodge. So it's that first one that you come to off of Park 74 Road. Yeah, RV premium. I hope that helps. There we go. Like, tell me you've lived near tornadoes without telling me you've lived near tornadoes. Randy went first. Yeah, like bro's got a very healthy respect, but he's also got a really good grasp of what he's able of accomplishing. And he's like, I don't think we need to pull over. We can get through this. Wedoos, it says my map won't load, so you can tent on the RV pads. I'm pretty sure. You can. We've done it before at other campgrounds. I don't think they mind a bit. It's just that we're paying more for it to be able to have an RV on it, and it's got water and electric hookup. So like, that's pretty nice. At least I think. Yeah, there's kind of always tornadoes all over the place. Like where we are, every time there's a storm that's like coming through, we're like right at the whip tail of it. So like there's always cycloning and stuff. But we try to take it seriously, but also it does become kind of mundane after a while. Oh, naps. Tashers. Cousin for coffee had fun catching up. Oh, that's nice. That's nice, Cat and Cauldron. Hey, Love and Loops. Oh my gosh, how are you doing? I have site 21 and you're allowed 2 tents. So if any tent dweller would like to share my site, let me know. Oh, y'all. Oh, I'm so excited. Okay, so we have our mandrel pliers or stepped bail making pliers, whatever you like to call them. And these first loops I'm going to make towards the center line on our smallest. Boop. Just like that. So I have a fantasy of one day being able to host like a craft retreat and being able to have like because we know how to do the screencast technology now and just have it to where we're all in class together with like their tools, same materials, and we can all make a pendant together. And I'll be like the teachers who used to have like the overhead projectors, but it'll be using my phone to screencast. And that way, if anybody needs help with something, I'll be able to walk around the class and help. But it's like this would be this if we start teaching chainmail again and stuff at conventions, this is likely going to be the setup that we use. And this would be one of the designs, if I can fine tune it, that we'd teach at said class, if it were wire wrapping themed. Okay, so now from here, you can, wherever you want the bend to be, I've reinserted the loop. If I wanted the bend to be, up high, real close to there, let's go ahead and bring it around. That actually works out pretty well. But I want this to be much closer to the shoulder of the piece. And so I'm going to kind of open that back up. And then just bring that down. There we go. Do you see how that's all fitting together? And remove that from there. Okay, and now I'm going to try to get that bend in the same spot over on the other side. Whoop. It really brought my hand all the way around on that one. That's okay. Ooh. And so there's that. And that's our little amphora shoulder pieces. And we could have trimmed it shorter and made it a little bit smaller. Marion, these are fantastic pliers. They've been very, very handy just because it's nice to have them. You could technically make this with a stick mandrel or a knitting needle or something, but just having the ability to go like that right there is fantastic. Yes, the Choctaw. Is that helpful to you, Edwin? Let's see. I think I missed some. Oh, Marion says, I would love to see your garden now. Do you still have the chickens and rabbits? We don't have the rabbits anymore. Um, and they just, we never got new ones after they got old and passed away. So I miss them, but one day we'll have rabbits again. Now is not the time for it. We do still have our garden. I thought I wasn't going to have one this year because the hose to the outside of the house is like busted. We've got to get that fixed. And I wasn't going to start any seedlings or plant anything if I wasn't going to be able to water it. But all of the perennials and all of like we've got a lot. It's one of the best gardens we've ever had, and I haven't done a thing just from all the stuff that we've done this past 12 years in the garden. So it's been really nice to just have that be. And I only have to take out 2 gallons a day to water the peas and radishes and like the chickens and stuff. So it's not too bad not having the hose working. But we do still have the garden, and we post garden updates at least once a month over on the Monster Vlog YouTube channel. Yeah, he's able to get it figured out. He's going to book on the computer. Right on. I am behind in starting my garden. I don't till, I layer a garden. I also plant close together so I don't need to weed. We do pretty intensive, almost square foot gardening in our garden, but there's still weeds. But yeah, it's never too early to plant for the first time, and it's never too late to plant anyways. So I figured I'm just going to plant a whole bunch of beans this year. I've got old seed, may as well. I'm pretty sure it's just going to be serving to feed the groundhog that lives under our house that has like a family of 7 right now. So I'm bracing for them just eating all of my beans. But all right, let me get back to it. So I'm coming around and we're just shaping. Yeah, right. Just kind of bending and shaping. Never have I ever in my life had something come out so perfect. That was exactly how I hoped it would come out. All right, I don't want to jinx it. Let's keep going. Put some more coffee in the body. Ooh, oh, that'll be so cool, Michelle, right across from y'all. Be just like last year, getting to wave. It was so nice. We were just each making breakfast. I was like, good morning, Michelle. Like, I was probably just like, hi. But in my head, it was fabulous. We have tomato seedlings and growing in our greenhouse. I'm also saving eggshells to spread around the plants to repel slugs. That'll be good. Right on, Steffi. Have you seen the videos of the groundhog who eats a dude's veggies in front of his camera? No. And if that's the case, I might just put cameras out into the garden and be like, these are business beans now, baby. You're a paid actor, groundhog. I love you, Tracy. You always inspire me. All right. So now from here, I want to get this stabilized. So what we're going to do is I'm going to be using my 6mm barrel, and I'm just going to bend around. And if you didn't make your bail long enough, don't worry about it. It's okay if this stops like halfway down because the loose wire is tucked on the inside. So it's not going to be bothering your skin at all, ideally. All right. And now from here, oh, it's a little wobbly and weird. That's okay. I'm going to line up. Let me get something to point with so my finger's not in the way. I want to bend the wire so that it will fit through right there to the front. Do you see where that wire is exiting? That's where I'm going to be passing both of these bail wires through. So I want to bend with my flat nose pliers. So I'm going to lift out just a little. bending against my thumb. That way, I call that a training bend. And I'm going to snip so that this is just a little over an inch long. Just because it's easier to not have to force it through. And now they're the same length, which will come in handy. So I'm just bending them around and I'm feeding them through to the front. Wait, Randy's not scared of tornadoes? I think Randy's a very reasonable human being, and I bet he is scared of tornadoes, but he just gets done. Like he's scared, but he's brave, and that helps me to be brave. So I always appreciate him. I mean, it's foolish to not be scared of tornadoes. Those things are like it's like standing in front of a tidal wave. They're a force of nature. That's the term. It's, you know, have you ever cooked beans in a pressure cooker? Oh, it was years ago and I burnt the shit out of them and I never did it again. But I was really enamored with the concept. Unpredictable nope ropes from the sky. Yeah, yeah. The family gave up and made the groundhog his own garden to save theirs. Dude. Right on, Michelle. In Camp 11, that'll be good. I would move away from there. We're trying to. Oh, Hannah says, as a European, I've had zero tornado experience, but they sure seem scary. They are, but it's everywhere's got something, you know. And then I'm just gonna kind of split these. One. Do what, Randy? Hannah says that. Mm-hmm. Okay. Randy says, if you think your area doesn't have natural disasters, look up meteors. So yeah, it's all right. We're just along for the ride. So I'm just passing these through the big loops over here, kind of bending around. Jean says, I am 69 years old and I am today years old and cooked beans in a pressure cooker. Oh, how did you like it? What kind of beans did you make? It's very true. We just have flooding over here. Flooding scares me probably worse than tornadoes. Well, I don't know if you know where the river is and the flood zones are, but floods are real scary to me. I got like pulled under. We shouldn't have been kayaking that day, but I got like whopped into a tree that had fallen down and it like knocked me off and then I got pulled under and I had my thing up over my face so I wouldn't get sunburnt. So whenever I came up and I breathed in, I was like drowning with like air perforated through all the water. But the thing I remember most of that was the irresistible current of the river. There was not a thing that I could do. Vaughn loves beans. I do love beans. And so flooding is like very scary to me, like whitewater rapids. Like one of my friends sent me a video of the river near their full beans of the river near their house in Kentucky, of just the shore getting eaten away. And it's like that's scary. So I don't know. Because like with a tornado, within like 5 minutes, you'll know whether you're fine or not. Like they come and go typically pretty quick. Typically, I say that. But with flooding, it's like stuff gets knocked out for days. We've had to do like boil warnings and stuff. It washes the roads out. Like, and they usually go hand in hand. But anyways, oh, hopefully we don't have to worry about any of that at the Campalong. No tornadoes and no flooding. I'd like to not get struck by lightning. Though really, I guess if I survived, I wouldn't mind it as bad. I don't know. I hope I don't get struck by lightning. Mm. Right? Randy's in there going, how else are you going to get superpowers? And that's where I'm like, I mean, if Hawk says they're just big wins to me. We get about 80 a year, and usually I just go to bed. If it's here to get me, it's here to get me. Oh man, Jean, how's she doing? Is she okay? My gosh. Oh, that's hard. About a third of the Netherlands is below sea level. I never think about it. I can swim. I can float, and that gets me pretty far, but okay. So now I'm just kind of trying to tuck those under just a little, but I need to trim it down some. So I'm going to pull both of these out, and I'm going to trim off about 3 millimeters. We can always trim off more, but it's kind of tricky at this stage in the game, as well as you can be. I understand that. No picture? Randy and I both still have test. Okay. All right. And so now whoops, and I'm not so worried about it getting chewed up. I mean, I want to do my best, but we're hiding it in the back, so. Hope you got a big trunk. I'm going to put my wire in it. And there we go. Just squeezing down on that a little. This is coming out pretty good. Okay, it's a little it's displaced this one amphora arch just a smidge, but we can work around that. And so what we're going to be doing here now, can confirm the YouTube end that the picture is still there. Thank you for letting us know, Hannah. Okay, refreshing helped. Excellent. Aw, thank you, Trek Watcher. I'm like in love with it. So I'm just trying to figure out what the right decision is. And I think I want to bend this one around to the back. And then I'm going to like bend it and fake it like that because I want these to be even. And now I think I might open these two up just a bit because I want to make it a little easier. We can choose our battles. It's going to be easier to close that loop than it's going to be for me to try to bend this back and fold it in. So I'm going to use my narrower bent nose pliers to bend this towards the front, and then take this and bend this towards the front mainframe. Hope so. All right. So there's that. Thank you, baby. And since I've added a wire in there. Hey, Brenda, how's it going? Oh, thank you, Marion. I appreciate that. And so from here, I'm going to take my smaller round nose pliers because that 18 gauge wire displaces some of the space that the barrel on here, we wouldn't quite be able to fit it. So I'm just going to try to curl that down and in, make sure these are still lined up nicely. Now, something that would look wicked cool is if we did the coiling on here as well. That might look a bit much. Maybe if I used like a 28 gauge wire to coil around them. I don't know, just ideas. Oh man, that's a shame. It's so hard to communicate when people are being difficult. Michelle says, Vaughn, are you wrapping the moons today? I was gonna try, but I kept having like a heck of a time. I think I'm gonna use these ones for our on the fly design because I prefer it to wrapping. Like I was just having a hard time getting it to. I wished I had had some 18 gauge, honestly, is I think what it was, but they're sitting there because I needed to do them. I also have this pile of jewelry that like I was supposed to make kind of replicas of or make changes to or different things like that. Alrighty, Marion. It's almost midnight here. Time to get some sleep. Night, night, all. It was great to see you again. Good night, Marion. Thanks so much for hanging out. Get some good sleep. Oh no, Triquetra says my motivation is like not there, which is frustrating because I have an event Saturday I need to make stuff for. Every single thing. What motivates the heck out of me is, for one, this is very fun to make, but if the desire for having a good time, crafting isn't enough to get me into gear, every single one of these is a little seed for my future dreams that I need money for. So I'm hoping that with every single one of these, and it's our top secret thing, and I'm like, so I'm hoping that every little thing that I get made, that's one more thing that we might be able to sell, and that's one more person we've gotten to share our art with, and that's one step closer to hopefully being able to get to where we want to go. Right on, Hawk. Stuff I want to work with and I don't have the supplies for yet. That is frustrating. Okay, so now from here, I'm going to go ahead and leave these long, but I want to give it a training bend where I want it, well, to bend. So, and it's just that little bit. Makes a big old difference, y'all. It really does, I think. I think it makes enough of a difference that I actually take the time to do it. And you know that I'm pretty lazy sometimes. Oh, well, I appreciate you, Jean. I think it's a good idea to watch all the different YouTubers and stuff. Even I've sat through some videos of folks that I, quite frankly, found annoying just because I wanted to figure out how to do what they were teaching. And I think it makes me more resilient to be able to, just because if their like tone is grating or something, or they're too chatty, or who knows. But it's nice to get to learn as many new things as you can from as many different people. Okay, so right here's a great example of when it's just easier if I had just trimmed it. Do you see how much, like, trying to get all that wire through? So sometimes it makes it easier to have a lot to hold on to pull through. So we get to choose our difficult. My Kathy says, my friend has inspired me because he has told me he wants to invest in my crafts for me. Buying the silver wire I need for my higher end stones I've bought this past year. Oh, Kathy, that's phenomenal. It's a good investment too. I mean, there's some tutorials where I'm like, ooh, I can't with the style of this. Can Vaughn make it so I can watch it? Oh no. I mean, maybe. Ooh, Steffi Joe says you should raid some other channels sort of in the middle of your live stream so they can raid you back. That's a really good idea, and we've had it suggested to us. But the difficulties that we've run into since we're streaming to YouTube as well, I don't want to exclude our YouTube folks. So if we were to do that, it'll be after Anime St. Louis, like on our Tuesday or Friday streams, because we're still going to be streaming on Mondays, the same as how we have been on YouTube and Kick. But then our other two streams are going to be just on Kick because we're chasing that verification carrot. So but I think we'll try to do it then, and I'm going to have to figure out how to be a little more competent with it because it's painfully slow, and I get embarrassed whenever it takes me a long time to like write a message and pin it and stuff. Right on. Oh, Hannah, she says at this point these Monday streams are a permanent fixture to start my week off right. So you're definitely my favorite streamer. Oh, well, I hope we help you set your week up for success for sure. All right, so we've got these pulled all the way to the back. I'm gonna try to wiggle that one down just. Oh, I can't because it's up high. So with that being the case, I'm gonna kind of squeeze it down. That worked ish, and ish is good enough. When in doubt, smush it out. And so I'm going to try my best to really get in there to snip. I'm not going to be able to get very far because there's just not a lot of space. But just making sure I'm clipping through one. And you can see I don't much care for how we can see those snipped ends. And so my way around that is I'm just going to bend them inward. Do you see how nicely they tuck? Just right behind the other wire. Looks like I nipped this one just a little, but we might be able to smush or burnish that back down. Y'all, oh, I'm so pleased with this. So that's the back, and that's the front, and we're gonna make another one. So prepare yourself. Oh. Thank you so much, Brenda. Brenda gifted us 5 memberships over on YouTube. Thank you so much. That really, oh my gosh, you guys, thank you. I'm gonna move the desk up. It's time to stand and stretch. Oh, well, thank you. I'm gonna try to make it again to see if it's replicable. But I love that. I love that a bunch. Oh, I need to bring it down just a smidge. Okay. So that'll be good. And y'all can still see here. Excellent. I'm going to make this one again out of the round, but I'm going to use the vintage bronze. So these are actually the same wires that are in your April craft along kit. And so that'll be cool. We can use our nylon jaw pliers. Now you'll have different size packages, but it's the same 18 gauge vintage bronze and the same 18 gauge half round. One more down. Yep. And I don't know how much we're going to be selling these for. I let Randy do the pricing because I get racked with imposter syndrome and a lot of guilt. And it's nice. It's nice when he takes that over for me. And so I'm going to measure off. We're going to do 2 cuts at the 8 inches on our half round. Night night, Hannah. Oh no, we're saying night night to Amanda. There we go. Night night, Amanda. So there's those 2 lengths. And then I'm going to come in here and I'm going to do 2 at the exact length at around maybe a 3 or a 4 inch. And then we can put our half round back into the bag. And we're going to pull off, let's see, because I'm going to be wrapping this, which is a dyed fossil agate. So these are those, right here is much more the natural color of the, there's a name for this. Piotsky stone? I don't know if I pronounce it correctly, but those are little corals that have fossilized, but this one's been dyed, but it's beautiful. I have, yeah. That was telling me about that, the pitch kick. And the thing is again, depending on how Anime St. Louis goes, and depending on what a thing after that that's a surprise, because it's very unlikely. But in the rare and wonderful chance that we can make another dream come true out of nothing but dream, Patrick says it's wow. Thank you so much, Steffi Joe. It's then we might have something to be able to pitch to kick that I think would be amazing. And I mean, it's a dream from way far back, you guys, but I'm really excited. I can't divulge too much because, again, I don't want to be getting everybody's hopes up. All right, and then I'm coming this way, and we're just going to be snipping off. Oh, there's no need to be stingy. I'll give myself an extra inch, but we're going to do 4 at around maybe 10 or 11 inches. I think you should eat beef like a. Sorry, I'm just remembering a meme that Randy had sent me. Also, to bring back the plant talk, says Hannah. Currently, I really want to have grape hyacinths, but they are super toxic to pets, apparently. Do you have a critter who? Now, I've not grown grape hyacinths. I've grown hyacinths and I've grown muscari that I've seen some people call grape hyacinths, but I don't think it's the same plant. There's all sorts of stuff that's super toxic to pets that's just kind of out there and stuff. Like we have lilies, which apparently their pollen super toxic, but like I don't know, use your discretion. Like if I wouldn't have it like where my rabbits graze, if that's a thing, but Z-Dog, he doesn't really hang out in the garden by himself anyways, so oh, okay, it's the same thing. Yeah, they didn't even like bother ours didn't. Use your discretion, I suppose. As I understand, just as I have heard from others, you pitch kick a concept for a series of streams. If they accept you get promoted on front page for a predetermined amount of time. That'd be amazing. And it would be perfect for what we were thinking of doing, but we're going to have to wait and see how things go. That matches what I've heard in read, Tashers. The dog sometimes gets curious and chews on stuff, so I think that's a no to growing them in the garden. Right on. Yep. And that's if you know your pets and you know that they're the type to just bite stuff, then I wouldn't risk it. But our pets have been very easy for the most part. So we're going to line up our 4 lengths, and I'm going to use one of our 7 to 8 inch long sections, and we're going to put the flat side against our wire, and I'm just going to be wrapping this around like that. I've never in my life had my fingers crossed so hard for something. And it's so scary to feel hopeful about it because we've gotten our hopes up and dashed upon the rocks a couple of times. When we were, I can't keep a secret for the life of me, Tracy. I like,
Right?
wow. Itzy says, yeah, Creation X got a full week or month in October last year. Okay. I think the camping trip lines up with my terminal leave before I retire from Air Force. Oh, that'll be cool. What's that? Is that a good thing? I'm so excited about the Campalong. What theme do y'all think we should do the potluck? Just kind of bring your we'll try my best to be Grizzly Adams by then. Oh, that's really cool. Good for him. He seems to have a fantastic sense of, about him in addition to his work ethic. Meatballs part 2. I think perhaps just sticking to bring a dish that you enjoy to share, without any particular sort of theme. Randy says, if you thought they were big last time. Popular foods from the Victorian era that cook well in a campground? Maybe? Randy says bread with sawdust? I mean, maybe. Feed me, Seymour. Yeah. Okay. I can hear Ember hollering at Randy in the other room. Oh. bringing this around. Michelle says, hell yes, it's a good thing. Fantastic. Going to bring my sweet treats. Oh, that'll be awesome. Bare feet and tie-dyed dresses. Yee! I'm excited to have our tie-dye at Anime St. Louis for the first time. Like, because we've never had our backdrop up with this much tie-dye, and it's going to be almost entirely tie-dye. So, because we didn't get anything else made, costume-wise. So, and we leave this week. So, like calf's head and apples with rice. Apples and rice might be really good, though. Ooh, Itzy says, sorry, what is a potluck? It's where everybody brings a dish, like, to share. Like, they usually have them at, like, church groups and, like, I don't know, if there was, like, a knitting circle or something, it'd be a potluck. And, I don't know why it's called that. But yeah, usually folks will bring, like, I don't know, I've always seen, like, either cold dishes or, like, casseroles that are in those, like, wrapped in foil and bubble wrap and towels, or those fancy insulated carriers, um, or, like, a crock pot. Okay, making sure that our wire ends are terminated and on the same side, and I like to do the snip right in the middle of that way whenever it's smushed down. There we go. Do you all like rice pudding or tapioca? Randy loves tapioca. I have never met food that I didn't like. I don't do spicy stuff super well, but I'm doing a little better and I will try. But you will also see me cry in your face if it's any spicier than like Doritos. World is Strange says, truly looking forward to seeing your booth setup. I know your Dragon Con booth setup is phenomenal. It's going to essentially be that, but with tie-dye on all the dresses, but I'll be sure to send you a picture. Potluck is any dish in a pot and you get lucky. In your face. She knows firsthand. Like, oh, this buffalo sauce is really kicking. Yeah, tapioca's awesome. Tapioca, this is you. Smush. All right, and we're just doing that wrap, and I'm smushing with my nylon jaw pliers this time instead of my flat nose, and there's no particular reason. Those are just the ones that I grabbed this time. Hey, Trisella, made it. Better late than not at all. Looks like we're having fun. We're having a pretty good time. I have a chicken curry recipe that has all the flavor without the burn. Now that would be good because I like curry, but why is it so spicy? Like, I feel like it's punishing me for eating it twice. So you get to try many others as yummy cooking. We got to have some of Yvette and Man Beast's Yvette and Man Beast's balls last year. There we go. I cannot do spices either. Do what, Randy? Oh, and his wieners. They were very good. They were working gherkins, but they were good. Right on, Itzy. I'll email it to you. Thank you. I had pho for the first time, and it was awesome. It was a brisket, beef and brisket pho, and it was good. Never really understood super spicy dishes. I just don't taste any flavor people claim there is. It just hurts. I think it's because I'm weak and I need to like train to be able to eat and enjoy spicy food because I'm like you. I can't detect any flavor. I'm just in pain. Oh, Tasher says, I feel that. I was the kid who would have been happy with the bubblegum toothpaste for forever. Mint was not a good feeling. Right on. I don't mind minty. But I think it's because I'm trained on it. Because like I always had the mint gum and toothpaste growing up. So all right, so we have these, and we can kind of shift them a little to make sure that we're well balanced in our pendant. And I'm going to do this one with a pointy butt. Now this stone does have a hole drilled through it, but I'm just going to put something else through there. So hey, Tigra, how's it going? Yeah, Triquetra says, I also prefer to not end up with acid reflux all night, so I avoid things that could cause it. Yes. Welcome to the GERD herd. Just warned me if anyone was cooking with soy as I'm allergic to it. Right on. That'll be good to know.
You want to take her? She keeps yelling at
me. No, come stand with us. Okay. Well, she might complicate my microphone. Come here, baby. I'll gotcha. If she's not happy at all. Oh, we've got the Mrs. Puddums in the house. Mrs. Putty Tat with her wickle belly. Yeah. You'll see some beans. Welcome to the bean show. Her wickle biddle paws. She doesn't know we're looking at them. Who's the cutest little kitty? Cat break. Yeah. I love you. I missed you while we were gone. Please don't slap me. Whip crack when her frumpy tail. All right, Randy. I am a poor replacement for you. All right. Kitty break. Beans, she just a baby. Yeah. Hey, chick with an edge. Ember is adorable. She's such a sweetie. She's like a million in cat years, but ageless. Oh yeah, we're doing this one pointy. So I'm going to take this. I want to make sure I'm bending. I'm going to be bending away from me so I have the snipped ends facing away. Such a big kitty, so snuggly. She is snuggly. Ah, just pulled up the YouTube feed. Well, hey, everybody. Naomi says, hi, everyone. Just popping in to say that there's a Japanese curry that my mom always made that is tasty and mild. Nice. For non-spicy curry, I can also recommend Japanese curry as in mild to spicy levels. Very nice. S&B golden curry. Nice. Because I love, like, sauce on rice. But no, okay. You didn't burn your beans. Excellent. Because we tried eating them anyways, and those burnt beans were wretched. So we've just bent a little cuter than a 90 degree, but just by a smidge. And now I'm going to use our ring mandrel to bend up and around. Oh, Steffi Joe. I miss having kitty breaks too. Okay, and don't forget, we still have this 7-inch piece of wire. Which part? Oh, yeah. So every morning at like 7, one of our neighbors honks their horn. He carpools and, they get there and they honk their horn. And so that's kind of become our alarm. All right, I'm just bending that around. Same as what we did before. And this morning, we were just wallering in bed and the car honks. And I go, one more thump. And I'll explain that in a sec. But and then the car immediately honked again. And I was like, 5 more thumps. So a thump is it's something I picked up from my dad. And that's our childhood cat Newton would come over and like kind of slap at my dad to like wake him up because he was like in his chair and sleeping, and then Newton would like slap him and he'd be like, one more thump, and that was he'd press in the alarm clock because he had one of those like where it looked like it was wood grain but it was like plastic, and it was the alarm clock to go off for when he needed his medicine. And it's like Newton understood. He's like, okay, I'll come back. And then the alarm would go off and dad would thump it, and Newton would be right there like, hey buddy, it's time to feed me. And so that's one more thump. That's what that means. It's like saying 5 more minutes. Like, so this is looking pretty good. I'm pretty pleased with that shape and stuff. And then we bring that up because the neighbors are outside honking again, and Randy was like, okay, it's time to get up. So let's see. Before, I always want to bend the bail, but it gets complicated when we do that. So I'm going to go ahead and do our bend. And we haven't decided which side is the front or back yet. A lot of that depends on which side looks the best. Have fun at rehearsal, Michelle. Oh, thank you. I love it. It's a fossil agate that's been dyed, but it's so pretty. I don't even mind. It does. Thank you. Randy's reminding me that this one does have a hole drilled through it. And I think that's going to be really cool. Thank you so much for the follow. Okay. So you can see, oh, that's so nice. I just love that. I love the shape, that little like arrow tip shape. So let me bring that in. But yeah, I'd love to incorporate some more like crop circle shapes because we were watching a Y-Files video actually, lizard people, about crop circles, and it was reminding me of a documentary that I'd seen when I was younger, and then we were able to find that again. And then I was googling because I was like, I had heard about a crop circle that had happened next to the next town over, like a month after my dad passed away, and I moved to Texas from Ohio, and I was able to find the news article about that, but I couldn't find a picture. And so like I don't know, I'm like, it's really cool shapes and stuff, and I think they're very fun. So it's kind of inspired to like try to subtly be like, that's a crop circle design. Do milk. Show bops. But yeah, I think that looks great. Dang it, Ben. All right, I have a question for you, but it's a kind of longer message, so I wanted to warn you before I send it, if that's okay. Thank you for preparing me. I am ready. I gotta do milk though. Do not bring that gallon jug of milk in here. I hear you. Behave. Okay. We had a half-gallon jug milk go bad in the fridge. I don't even think that was English. That's fine though. I'm ready for you, Triquetra. So I have a mix of stuff in my booth. I know you understand. I know you understand having a lot of crafts that are fun to do. I crochet stuff that draws kids and parents, but I also am planning to do art and stickers that are not so kid friendly. I plan to separate them as much as possible in my booth, but I worry people, mainly parents, might have a problem with it. Should I even worry about that kind of stuff? And any tips on if I should do signage about it or don't bother and just go with the flow? Well, that's tricky. Is this like 18 and up stuff? Because I typically try to not, if I've got like my cupless bras and things, I don't also have my little kid fairy wings, if that makes sense. Like, I hope that that makes sense. Like, just because then there's oftentimes like, it's more like trippy mushrooms, paintings, and that kind of stuff. I think you'll be just fine. Like, perhaps have it higher up where it might not be quite so eye level or directly next to the kids stuff. If there's a little bit of buffer in between, then that gives the parent the opportunity, if they're like, those are some like devil's lettuce stickers or something, and they don't want their kid asking questions, they can just guide them down to the other end of the booth. What, babe? Yeah. Aw, you want a sticker of a head of lettuce with devil horns? If only we knew an artist who did art for us every month. She says, yeah, exactly. That's a good idea. I'll do more like adult eye level for that stuff. Yeah. Oh, I don't know. Zever says, what do you call a boomerang? What? Do milk. Don't be, there might be swears on some of the stickers. Okay. What do you call a boomerang that doesn't come back? A stick. Okay. We have stickers at home. Those are really good jokes, Zevers. Thank you. I didn't see that coming. I thought it was going to be like a cab or something. Like, what do you call a boomerang that doesn't come back? A cab. All right, so I'm going to do the bend on the front. Makes me nervous every time, but we have to be brave. There we go. And then I'm going to bring around. I always reposition the piece to suit where I feel most comfortable and control with my plier hands. And bend. There we go. Hey, Randy, could you could you add to the to-do list that I need to update the Kick stream schedule information? I thought that joke would come around. Zebbers. Yeah, bot tricks. But specifically in regards to the streaming schedule. Jean says, I don't understand, why are there two different places for messages? Because we're streaming to YouTube and Kick, it gives a spot on the screen where whether you're viewing on YouTube or on Kick, you can see the comments from everybody in that little area. We saw some other streamers doing it and thought it was a good idea. Now, actually, I love doing this to ones with a hole in the top because, well, it just works out perfect. So I'm going to take this one and I'm going to go ahead and start doing our little bend. And I just press, and I'm actually using the tip of my finger. You can almost see where the wire was imprinting on my finger. That's what I'm using to shape around to get the shape. Now I'm using the pad of my thumb, trying to just pull this around and over. There we go. There might be swears on some of the stickers. Oh, Zebbers. You're a good egg. All right, so now I'm going to try to get that bent around. I'm going to come in here and I'm going to bend up on all of them. Even though there's a wire in on this side that I'm going to be re-straightening back out, I'm still going to go ahead and do the bend. Dual screen, dual stream. That was my hope, because some people might prefer one platform over another, and we thought it'd be a good idea. Time will tell. Okay, so I'm just 30 minutes getting those bent straight up, making sure that that's a good fit check, and just bringing that around. Night night, Hannah. Thanks so much for hanging out. We'll see ya. Hey, Laura's Gym. We were just talking about you and your boats earlier. How have you been doing? Tasha says the grin. He just flashed me. Vaughn called me a good egg. Hey, Gravity Falls. How are you doing? Okay. So now I'm going to take these two frontmost wires and I'm just going to kind of bend them forward. And this is what we're going to be using that second segment of the 7 inches of half round wire on. Good egg. Only dropped once. Oh, goodness. Oh, we're doing pretty well. It's been a very nice stream so far. That's very nice. I really needed to get to just hang out with y'all. All right, so we're just wrapping this around. Doing good, just chilling. Noise. Ah, well, thank you, Gravity. I'm really enjoying getting to make it, and I'm really pleased that my hand injury seems to be. I mean, I'm a bit stiff, but honestly, I did a lot of holding the phone over the. Steffi Joe, thank you. She just gifted. Wow. I think she's in lead of most. Yep. I don't know how to. I don't know how to make that tab go away now. She climbing up to lifetime top gifters. Burnt Boast. How do I make it not be? Oh, I just clicked a thing. Maybe if I, nope, I didn't mean to pin that message. Oh, Randy, I need help. Oh, I found it. I found where to make it. Okay. Sorry, give me a sec to unpin Steffi Joe's. Thank you, Jim. He says praying for you and family from the loss. Thank you. It went as well as it possibly could have, and it was wonderful to get to have all the kids together to see her off. All right, I'm gonna do that, and then okay, there we go. Excellent. All right, so we've got that shaped around, and I'm gonna go ahead, and you can see my thumbnail's a bit busted by it, but we're gonna keep going. Just give it a squish so all that's nice and shoulder to shoulder together. Have you been doing any new ship stuff lately, Jim? And I have to be careful because it will twist the core wires, but I'm just going to go ahead and do this motion. I'm lining up to make sure that the wires are sitting next to each other, but as we twist this around, Laura's Jim says, I think Laura made the reservation for Oklahoma. Oh my gosh, Jim, did you see the campground though? Like we specifically thought of you, and I was like, if he brought his boats, I would lose my dang mind. Because it just you could probably drive your boat around the entire peninsula. I don't know how long it would take, but how do you treat a steam burn? Uh, I don't. I'd run cool water over it and slap vanilla extract on it, but it really depends on if you're blistering or not. Whenever I get a steam burn, I'll splash some vanilla extract on it because it takes the scald out. But you should run under hot water first and slowly move to cool water so as to not shock the skin. We'll do that then. Okay. Thank you for the follow. Okay, so we're getting this shaped around. We have that wrapped. And we're going to come in here, and I think I'm going to try doing this one where we just snip off those inners so it won't have the amphora curls. I am going to take this wire, second, like if the one that became the bail was wire first, this is second in line, or the one wire one. There we go. Wasn't a bad one, but it didn't feel great. Yeah, I've been lucky that I haven't gotten burnt bad enough to genuinely blister and need medical attention. But it's my preference to not get burnt if I can help it. All right, so what we're gonna do right here is I am going to do, let's find my half round in the vintage bronze. And I'm just going to snip off a couple of inches, like 2 or 3. Troy Quetcher says, I feel like the only blister I got from a burn was some freaking hot glue one time, not even cooking. Hot glue will get you though. Like, shoot. I get burnt real bad from from pizza rolls and deep frying or bacon grease usually gets me. Like I had a bit of bacon grease like pop and get me, and that sucked. But probably the worst burn I've ever gotten was pizza roll goo on my chin. Like I had like I was bleeding. Like it was skin was gone. Could have had a super cool facial scar from that pizza roll accident. Those things are full of freaking lava though. Gosh, and I can't even, we didn't even have air fryers when we were kids. Like, but it was, I'd have air fried the crap out of some pizza rolls dipped in ranch. I've been a nasty girl. That's what I'd be singing with my pizza rolls dipped in ranch. Yeah, sunburns. Just don't go outside, you'll be fine. Who needs to go outside when you have pizza rolls? Yeah. Yes, baby? Hey, Dan. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much, but oh my gosh, 211 days without power. How are you holding up? Is your solar still panning out? All right, so we've got some wraps going on here. Hot glue squishing. Oh, yeah. Hot glue hurts real bad. Thermoplastic hurts real bad. Whatever hot plate you pick up and the heat hits when you only have it in the air when it's too late to put it back. Yup, and it's got your food on it, so you can't like drop it because then you're screwed. Like from the microwave. Yeah, a lot of our mugs, if we microwave them and I pick them up, I'll burn my pinky and the inner side of my, because the handles will get real hot. I think some of these mugs aren't supposed to be microwaved, but it'll burn the crap out of you. Right on, Dan. Woof. You're a trooper. All right, so from here, I'm going to go ahead and trim. Now we can always trim more off, but I don't want it to be too short. And I save all these bits and pieces because we can make little, we could use some different beads. Like these ones here, I really like a nice 6mm. Now you'll want to make sure that they can fit on your wire. That's always the trickiest part. Ooh, it fits. Hello, my love.
Around 4,500 rings.
Well, you just spoiled what's like. I was gonna be like, can y'all guess how many rings are You said 4,500? Baby, you're a powerhouse. Randy's been hard at work too. But yeah, so I could make like 2 bead links easy out of this bit of scrap wire. And we have a whole wire wrapping masterclass course on making bead links, as well as making your own ear wires and clasps, and a whole lesson on spirals. And so we'd just make a little link and bring that around. I always like to bend the wire into the direction of where the link would open. Triquet just says 4,000. Oh my God, I need someone to open 4,000 rings for me so I never have to do it again. Randy opens about a pound of rings for me every other week, and that's around 4,500. So it's 3,000 per bag? Bag and a half. Okay. But these are what I use for our scale tops, which we're going to have some at Anime St. Louis, because this last Monday, I wasn't able to stream. I felt okay, but my throat, it was so sore that if I tried talking, I was just coughing. So, yeah, but it's inventory doesn't go bad, and it, we figure just because things are slow for the business now, that's the perfect time to be making stuff for whenever it's busy again, and hopefully stuff's moving and it's selling well. Or we can just really beef up on all of our basic stuff, and that way it can leave us the freedom to explore more of the artistic stuff. Jean says, do you have a one-step blooper? I think I gave mine away. I don't care for it. This is my favorite way. I may change my mind later on, but I really like doing it this way. But yeah, so that's what I would recommend. You can do that. You could use other beads on the sides. You could use bead caps, but you can use up all your little, anything that's big enough. I save it. And then did y'all see at the end of the amphora video, I've started saving for, it was this past Fridays. Yeah. I'm saving any little pieces that are just too small. I'm putting in these little fairy bottles to use in little miniature dioramas and stuff. I think that'll be quite fun. But so yeah, because I've hoarded and hoarded all the wire that it's like, I'm not going to hoard any more of it in this fashion. I'm not throwing it away, but I'm not hoarding any more shoe boxes of scrap copper wire until we get a crucible to actually melt them down. So it is so many. He works so hard for us. But we're hoping that we'll be super duper busy and not able to craft stuff because we're too busy. But we'll keep you posted. But yeah, and I'm gonna try to fill the bottle that way. I'm sorry, Randy. I just heard him huff at me. I can't. I love you. Please don't be frustrated with me. He's frustrated. I gotta give him a kiss. I'll be right back. Okay. I'm gonna clip it on the little thingy. All my things are getting all stretched out. That's okay. Yeah, oh, that'd be cool, Dan. So I like to do these bend downs. I like to grab and, bend them down. And I am going to be trimming off just a little bit more because I want it to be the length of this segment there. Ooh, though, really, now that I'm looking, no, I don't think there's enough here. We may be able to do a wee bitty amphora, but I'm just going to come in here and give it a little snip. Just like that. Hey, Dee Dee, how are you doing? I was just thinking of your 3-bean salad earlier. I hope you know that. I can't talk about a potluck without thinking about your 3-bean salad and Man Beast's meatballs. Right on, Dan. Those skills will still be there for you. All right, and so now I'm going to come in with my narrower. Could the tiny copper bits go into glass puddles? Not the enameled copper, at least, because I've tried it and it makes like a scuzzy air bubble around it as the enameling burns off, but gets trapped in the copper. But perhaps bare copper might work. Like naked copper, not like bare copper. Hey, baby. You're gonna have to come closer. I can't hear you. All right, Dan. Give me a kiss. No, you come to antagonize me. I get kisses. Them's the rules. No, don't get the milk. It's so chunky. Oh, it basically looks like extra large cottage cheese. Sorry. Okay, I'm back. What's going on? Hey, Saki girl, how's it going? Oh, Dan asks if everyone had a good Easter. It was as nice of an Easter as it could be. Randy's mama passed away, but we got to see the family and all of her kids got to be there. And it was really, honestly, it was as nice as it could have been. Aw, thank you, Saki girl. I think she would have turned 79 or 80 next week. But thank you. Okay, so I trimmed it quite short, but that'll be okay because I think we'll have some wire to be able to nestle in right there. Thank you, Dee Dee. Okay, and so now I'm gonna let's go ahead and do the bail. Again, I'm gonna be doing this around the 6mm. Ooh, wait, I need to do the second loop on this one. Thank you, Tashers. All right, I'm gonna have to just lift that up out of the way. Okay. And so yeah, we're just gonna bend that around. And I want this wire to be, and I guess I'm gonna thread that through right there. That way it matches the other side. Yeah. Oh, that's nice. We didn't do that on the last one, but I like it. Uh-oh, there's a little bit of a misshapen part, but that's all right. It doesn't have to be perfect. And in fact, we may just shift it to make it look a little bit more like oval. And so this one, do you see what I mean? How it's weird about the shaping? So I'm gonna see. Right on, Dan. Sorry, I don't always know what to say, but my heart goes out to you. Thank you, Gravity. Hey Loki, how's it going? All right, so I'm just using my round nose pliers to try to like squish to squanch that on into place. Oh heck, and it just made it worse. You know what? It's just gonna be like that. This is life now. It's awesome. So, and then I'm gonna finish this in perhaps a little spiral, but we'll see. So I think I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna bend it that way just to keep everything bound. And now I wonder if I can stick both of these into the same hole and get it to come out through the front. And that way, I'm just going to lift this up and I'm going to bend it over like that. And then I'm going to leave them long. It's going to be tricky. But we've stuck one in, and then can we fit the other? Oh, get in there. I don't want to break the stone. So we just got to cram it, I guess. Ooh, there it goes. Ah, we got it. It's stuck. 2 is too many. No, it's not. Okay, we just had to push harder and relax a little. There we go. And so now I'm just gonna. Did I get you? Cheers, everybody. Thank you for joining me here today. We're just about done with this pendant. I was trying to hold it together because I noticed and I was like, oh, I'm blushing. Give me a sec. Thank you, Lynn. Thank you. If we're not laughing, we're crying. So it's good to get to share some laughs. There was a whole lot of that this weekend. Okay, and so on here on the back, I'm just gonna bring this around. Gravity, yep. I'm incorrigible. Y'all shouldn't encourage this behavior. Okay, here they are. I'm gonna use my round nose pliers and I'm just gonna make a little spiral on this one. We can always cut it off, but just the tip if we need to, and we can leave the rest of the loop. I think that's perfectly nice. And so I kind of like the shape of that, the way it's just wrapping up around the shoulders. I mean, it's not, maybe if we took this part and went like, yeah, yeah. I like that a lot better, kind of bent down. This would be a great place to put like a little rose or something. And then I want to trim these so that they're the same length. There we go. The little wires are just going to go into the bottle later. And so from here, if you had a stone that didn't have the hole through it, we would have come through higher up like how we did on this one. And to stabilize the top, I would do this step because I don't need it on this one, but I'm practicing so that we can do this on any stone that needs it. I'm going to start by making a loop around as close to the tip of the wire and as close to the tip of the pliers as I can. Oh, no, I made this, it took me, I got most of them made in one day. Randy says I made 6 the first day. And then I think I only got these 2 made the second day. And then I made this one today and this one today. So yeah, I'm going to do that same thing to the other side. I put my finger behind it to keep it 2-dimensional instead of building outward. It just gives me a surface to kind of press it against and keep the shape and tension. And now I'm just going to try to tuck this through that way on both sides. We're just coming around town. And then we're going to come being careful as to not slip my pliers off the wire. And we're just going to shape that around and press with the tip of our pliers if you want to. Okay. Y'all, we made some jewel. I still like the back better though. That's all right. That's all right. I'm digging the heck out of these. So that's how we, and I like doing multiples of kind of the same design because every single one of these, I have started off with the intent of remaking this pendant because I wanted like a lot in our booth of like this style, and they evolve and they mutate and we start doing different things that are pretty cool. Like this turned into that, turned into this one had a hole in it, turned into, this one I did that on the back just because it ended up looking cool. And then, so I like when I don't know what else to do, but I either know that I need to be crafting for an event, or if I just need to craft for relaxation purposes, instead of spending a lot of my mental energy on, oh, I'll make one of this, and then I'll make one of this, and then I'll make one of that, I pick a design, assemble the materials to make like 10 to 15 of them, and then I just start crafting. And that way it gives me a little bit of confines to better function within. Um, because sometimes I'm just spoiled by choice. Like we could do anything, we could learn a new thing, do something old, like, but it gives me an area to focus on, that it's like, okay, I'm going to be making this thing. And then it gets to just evolve and mutate. And I really, really like that. Yep. And Gravity Falls, that's right. The stone you use just gives you the idea on where to go, very much. Oh, Kathy, I love that. The stone tells you its story. That's really cool. Ooh, Amstamp says, do you have any of those in a true turquoise color? I don't. But that would be really cool and really beautiful. And we can actually make our own faux turquoise. It's just occurred to me, with our fused glass. So that'd be really neat to be able to, because genuine turquoise is quite expensive and very soft. So I'd be afraid that I'd break it, but that's just me. Alrighty, do y'all have any questions before we go? I want to remind you guys that the Campalong campground for 2025 is Sequoia State Park in Oklahoma. And right, I love this one. And I really like how it came out. Aw, congratulations, Jean. That's good that it stabilized your COPD. Congrats on quitting smoking. Well, thank you guys. If any of these are left after Anime St. Louis, I may put them up for sale on the website. But which, just another reminder, if y'all had your eye on any of the jewelry or tie-dyes on our website, backtoearthcreations.com, we are pulling those off of our website to sell in our booth. We're pulling those on Wednesday. But you can use coupon code TULIP20, TULIP, like the flower, 20, no spaces or punctuation or capitalization or anything. And that'll get you 20% off of your order. Sabea says, I'm booking my spot tomorrow for the Campalong. Ooh, Sabea, that's going to be awesome. I know you said you weren't going to raid out, but Creation X just went live and he's giving away $100 to streamers who raid in April. Well, I'll be right there, Yvette. So thank you. But let me go ahead and stop the stream over on YouTube, and we're going to go raid Creation X, but not just for money, but because he's awesome too. But also, Mama's got bills. In raffle form. Perfect. I love that. Cross my fingers for some luck. The larger jade is about the size of a donut. Ooh, I have 2 massive natural jade gems. I rock tumbled the glass finish. Love to see the smaller one split and made into a wire wrap necklace. Ooh. Now, I don't know how to do the lapidary to cut a stone in half and repolish it. So if you found somebody to do that, I'd love to do the wrap for you. But I can't commit to... I'd experiment on my own stones if I had the equipment for it. But I don't, and I haven't. So, yeah. Okay. Thank you guys so much. I will see y'all when we get back from Anime St. Louis and Monday's live stream, but I'll see you guys before then in the Friday booth tour. So we need to get first dibs. Says Jean, these are $50. If there is one that you would like, you can let me know and I'll pull it and you can PayPal me and we'll mail it to you. But I cannot right now shift gears into doing stuff on the computer. We've got to do a mock booth setup. We've got to get these tie-dyes dyed and rinsed out. We've got cannot do computer stuff right now. Thank you guys. Okay. Love y'all. Have a great rest of your day. Happy crafting. And I don't know how to make it stop on YouTube. Okay, I clicked